So I am so excited for my guests this episode, Chanel and Duke. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reputable influencers in the fitness and lifestyle space. I think that the viewers at Hello Fitness TV are gonna get a real buzz out of what you have to share, what you're doing with yourselves and your lives. And so I'm just gonna jump in and ask a few questions.
All right, cool.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Yeah. So Chanel, I'm gonna start with you.
Me.
How did you and Duke meet? Chanel. I'm gonna get your version.
You're gonna get
I'm gonna
my
assume that it's
version.
very different from Duke's.
It's not very different, but it's a really exciting and funny story.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell it at first because I'm the one that started it.
Yeah.
But you know, I've told it a million times.
Started the story?
Nah, I kind of like there's
saw her
so
first?
much of the story that she just wasn't there for.
Yeah.
So like generally when we tell the story, I start it and she finishes it.
So then let me
But-
direct it to you.
but you got it, baby.
Wait a minute, if you've got the original, the start, the origin, I want to hear it from there.
Because I think she could spit it back to you accurately.
Yeah. Well, so I'm just gonna start from where I know. Okay. So back in New York, I was bartending. That was my little side hustle. And this one event that I was particularly bartending, it was an after work event. So after I got off work, I went and went to a club in New York City, and I posted the flyer on my Instagram prior to the day of the event. And you know, like as the bartender would say, I was like, meet me here, let me serve you up some drinks, you know, promoting the event. And lo and behold, the day of the event, these two gentlemen come in, Duke and his friend Omar, and they were not in work clothes. They were not. They were in like white button-ups with the button down to here.
Oh.
They
always
had
says we
cocoa
look-
butter all over them.
She always says we look like rappers.
Yes, because they had jewelry, bling bling everywhere. I
really?
was like, okay, who are these guys? Who invited them? And then, being the only bartender, you know, at the event, he had to order drinks from me, and it was on and popping from there.
Oh, that was a nice short version.
It's a nice short
So wait,
version.
you're
I
gonna
keep
have a
it nice and
colorful
sweet.
version of that,
See,
and I want to hear it.
that was a version. That was like a surface, you know, level version. There's always things that go on before that, right? So this is how it really went down.
Okay.
I just got a job in New York, right? I was playing with the Giants for a little bit, and a week into being in New York, my friend O comes to visit, right? He's in town. I like entertaining people while they're in town. Just got off work. He's like, all right, we're going out tonight, right? It's a Friday. I'm like, all right, cool. There's this one spot that we were going to, all right? But, you know, the beauty of Instagram is, you know, everybody's there. And, and there's like so many things coming across your page every day. And her page came across and the flyer came across that she mentioned as far as the bartending thing, right? I had seen her before on Instagram and I, you know, scoped the profile out, did my research a little bit.
Scoped it out a little.
You know,
Okay.
A little.
nice little breeze. But you know, she was cool. Like she was the type of person that I thought I wanted to associate myself with. And, you know, when she posted the flyer of where she was gonna be, I was like, all right, man, we're gonna be out on the town already. She's gonna be out on the town already. So right before we go to our destination, we just gonna stop here real quick and see what's up, right?
Fly.
So I told my homie, I said, yo, this is what we gonna do. He, you know, he's a great wingman. So he was like, all right, cool. So we stopped by. I stopped by, we going to the spot, and the first person I see is Chanel. Chanel's it's a small place, right? It's a small place, the bar's on the side, the left. And the first person I see is Chanel. So like immediately I'm like, all right, cool. She's here. This is not a waste of time, right?
I'm staying.
Because clearly she was the only reason why you're going there.
She's the only reason why I came to this place, right? It was a networking event. They was like in suits and slacks and all types of like, wasn't our crowd.
Very corporate?
Yeah, very corporate, right? We just felt out of place because we was dressed for like the latter part of the night.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so instantly I see her, I tell I say, all right, cool, there she is. All right, I'm gonna go talk to her, make your rounds. We're gonna link up in a little bit, all right? So it's like we get in, we split, and then we're gonna reconvene a little bit. So I go to the bar, you know, I order.
Patron and pineapple.
Okay.
Right. So I order a Patron and pineapple, right? Just kind of hear her voice, kind of like feel her out, look at her face, you
The
know, all this.
energy.
Yeah, just like, okay, cool.
He's plotting, and I'm like, what would you like?
Yeah, she has no idea, right? So then take the drink, walk around for like 10 minutes, start mingling, talking, getting my mouthpiece ready, and stuff like that. All right, come back, finish the drink, come back again, order another drink, right? Walk around for 10 more minutes, and then come back. I'm like, all right, cool. Order another drink, she gives me the drink, I say, Thank you for inviting me.
Ah, the flyer.
Yes.
Right?
Slick.
I said, thank you for inviting me. She's looking at me like, what? She's like, what? Like, she's like, you follow me on Instagram?
Yeah.
I said, yo, like, nah, I don't follow you, but like, you posted a flyer. I saw the flyer, and I came here just to meet you. And here you are.
There you go. There you go. So, question though, when he first came up the first string, what were your thoughts?
Oh, I was like, oh, he's fine. I was like, oh, you look good, you know, like, but I kept my composure as I usually do.
Okay.
And, you know, I was just like, how can I help you? What would you like?
Right.
But I definitely.
Did you get a bit of extra Patron?
No.
I couldn't tell.
Awesome.
I couldn't tell.
Oh,
I love this
gosh.
story, I do. It never gets old.
Yes.
So listen, for the most part, viewers know you guys as a very fit couple, right?
Right.
And I understand, Duke, that you're in lifestyle space
Right,
as well.
right.
But when it comes to fitness, what exactly would you say is your style of fitness, and what do you think keeps your followers motivated?
So for me, I did not have an athletic background.
Right.
Growing up, I did not play sports. I grew up in dance and fashion design. I kind of got into I definitely got into fitness through my work in healthcare. So I'm a licensed occupational therapist, and through working in hospitals and working with, you know, a lot of ill people, I saw that the issues related to health could have been targeted if only people like were aware of how to step in front of the problem in the first place. So
Preventative.
Exactly, preventative measures. It's exactly what it's called. So I started it for myself. You know, I stopped eating the fast food. Being Jamaican, you know, with Jamaican background, a lot of like big portions and a lot of rice. And so, you know, I changed my eating habits. I got a trainer for 3 months and pretty much learned everything that I needed to do to transform my body. Documented it through my social media account.
Gotcha. People
People were like, how did you do it? And, you know, it was a real simple answer. And so I think that, you know, a lot of the people that follow me are most inspired by the fact that, you know, I did not have this athletic background. So, you know, women especially feel inclined, like, if she did it, I can do it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally relate to that. It makes plenty of sense.
Yeah.
Great. Now, Duke, unlike Chanel, you have obviously a very athletic background.
Yeah.
Right?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, this is a great thing. So check this out. I know a few professional athletes or post-professional athletes, right? And I noticed that they either go one or two ways. Honestly, they've been playing ball all their lives, and when they're done, it's like, I'm chill. I don't want to do nothing. I want to chill out.
Yeah.
And then the others like, I want to keep moving. You know, keeping in shape is really important.
For sure.
You were clearly the latter, right? What keeps you motivated, and why have you chosen to live a fit life?
Man, well, I was always one of those guys in the gym that, I mean, I was one of those athletes that were always in the gym.
Yeah.
Right? And
As in the weight room, like your
weight room, yeah,
Yeah.
weight room. A lot of athletes are in the gym because of the sport.
Right.
Right? But for me, I was a guy that was in the gym just because of my appearance, because of my performance, because of my lifestyle, right? On days that we didn't have to work out, I would work out, right? So that kind of just carried on, right? And I'm very conscious of the future and being able to play with my kids and being able to grow old and be healthy when I'm old. And the only way to do that is to not stop, you know, being active, right? Because if you don't use it, you lose it.
You lose
You
it.
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like,
you lose it.
so it was very easy for me to just continue growing, right? And there's like a small part of me that's a little vain, right?
It takes courage to admit that, right?
There's
Small.
there's a part of me. There's a part of me that's a little vain, and I
Right.
care about like the way I look.
Yeah.
And
I care
feel.
too.
Ain't no shame
Right?
in that.
I
Right.
care.
And-
Yeah.
yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
we all
Honoring
do. We
ourselves.
all
And
do.
you know, if you want a certain type of woman, you gotta look a certain type of way,
Right.
And I always cared about that, so it kind of makes sense and fits the lifestyle that I want to live.
Right. So then obviously how important to you is that Chanel is in the fitness lifestyle? I mean, could it have been an attraction or a lasting attraction had she not been into the fit lifestyle?
Yeah, no, it's super important because it says more about like, it says more than just fitness. You know what I mean? It says a lot about like her work ethic and
discipline.
her ability to just like do things and get up when she doesn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Those are things that, as I've gotten older, qualities I've looked for in a woman,
For
right?
sure.
So like, even if she worked out and was consistent with it, then it will still be just as attractive because it's more of a habit than just how like just being like into fitness. So like it's huge and it fits my lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
It makes the compatibility and the chemistry much easier. because like she understands like how senile I am about the gym. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, she's able to like just be there indirectly pushing me just because I know she's getting after it too.
Got
so
you.
it's important.
So good question. So who pushes who more? Like, are you more the driving force, Chanel, or Duke? Are you the one like, let's get it, let's get it? Who is?
I will give him all of the credit for this a lot
Really?
of times. No, so like, you know, in reference to the other question that you just asked, it definitely helps that we both have common interests, because whenever I see him going at the gym, it's kind of like this competitive nature. It's like, oh, you going to the gym? I'm going to the gym too. You know, like, well, aside from the fact that we use it as a moment to like bond with one another, but definitely, I am the type of person that loves to work out with people. Like, I love having a partner, and especially, you know, him being a, you know, former pro athlete, he's on 100 already, and I'm like, okay, babe, help me. Like, so he definitely gives me the push.
All right, so Duke, this one is directed for you, right? In the past, you have talked about being very aware of false narrative that the majority of black athletes don't like black women, right? Where do you think that comes from?
The media.
Pardon me?
It comes from the media.
Media?
Yeah, it comes from like, social media, entertainment, you know, celebrity gossip, Hollywood, TV. But I think the actual facts, if you look at the fact, actually I seen a fact the other day, it said like something like 80% of black men actually like marry, you know, a black woman. It's just that the media highlights athletes and the actors and the rappers, and that's a small percentage of most black men. You know what I'm saying? So like, if that's what's in your face, then
that's
you know,
what's perceived.
It's kind of what you perceive. But the actual, I think the facts are, you know, most black men, and I don't know the numbers per se, but I think the facts are, you know, most black men, you know, date, marry black women, right? And just me being an athlete, you know, I'm in the locker room with a lot of different personalities, right? And a lot of these guys go to colleges with mostly white people, right? So then they're exposed to like people and women that they weren't exposed to before, right? And this is the first time in their life where they have an actual exchange with different types of people. Right, so it's something new to them for both parties, you know. Gotcha. So just being in the locker room, I hear it a lot, right, and I understand like what the perception is on athletes, but it's a false narrative. I think so. Yeah,
for sure. It's obviously false for you. Yeah. How important to you, or has it been important that you do life or share life with a woman of color? Has it been your preference always, or is it just something innate from childhood, or?
Yeah,
where your thoughts are.
It's always been my preference. It's always, I've always like envisioned marrying someone black, being with somebody black, just because of, you know, how comfortable I am with people that look like me, right? My mom, my cousins, my family, right? All these people like, and put all these values into me, and that come from like a black, you know, household, right? And it's like another level when you talk about Nigerian household, right?
For sure.
I couldn't even imagine bringing somebody home to my mom and dad that wasn't even like, you know.
Have you ever?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
You said never.
So I mean, there's so many commonalities. It's like, you know, we talk about understanding skincare and hair care and, you know, injustices and just all these things that like only like a black woman will understand, right? And if I'm talking to anyone that's not black, you know, they may know about it, but it's because they read about it, right, and been taught it, but not experienced it. For sure. And I think when you experience the same thing as I experienced, the bond is greater.
Yeah, absolutely. I always felt like, me personally, not being raised here in the States, and then coming from a biracial family, my father being African American, my mother being Polynesian, for some reason, I've always found it a really beautiful thing to see a woman of color and a man of color be together, and I don't know where that comes from. I think it's because it was a void. So when I moved to the United States, I noticed immediately that I like that. That's beautiful to me. And then obviously media, you're right. Then I had this perception like, oh, we're not necessarily prized.
Those like the alpha males and the guys,
names, right?
That everybody looks at, you know, once, and those guys not dating black women. Then it's gonna be like, damn, like. It's kind of like they represent all black men. You know what I mean? So
that's tough.
So you're right about media. Makes sense. Yeah. Some people take the word influencer lightly. How do you think you're making a real impact as an influencer?
You know, for the longest, I really didn't consider myself an influencer, right? I just really I grew my Instagram account so organically, just like starting from someone who just like loved to take pictures in cute little outfits, and then I just literally feel like I fell into the fitness space. And you know, having a professional background in occupational therapy, I was well equipped in like understanding the anatomy and physiology of the body and how things work. So it's not even like I have a, you know, personal training certification, but my knowledge base is so wide that I was able to share information that was actually valid. Sure. And so naturally that falls into the idea of an influencer, right? But I know for sure that I'm making an impact with my audience because I hold boot camp classes, which I started in New York City, my hometown.
So did I. That's where I started.
Yes, you know, I have to say this. You were like my Instagram crush.
You mentioned that when I first met you, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
That's so crazy.
Yes, and I saw that you did classes in Brooklyn and all that. Unfortunately, I never made it to one, but you know, look at life.
That's love. That's so crazy how things work out.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
It really is.
But yeah, back to the question, I do for sure know that, you know, my work is actually impacting people because I host women-only classes, so I reference women a lot. That engagement is like what feeds my soul, and them telling me like, please keep posting online. Like, you post a video online and I feel like I have to get up and go to the gym. And there are days when I know that I don't feel like getting up and going to the gym, but I will open social media and I'll see other girls get into it. They're working out, and that motivates me as well. So I understand that impact and how just seeing something can just, you know, fuel you to get up and just be active or do something. So.
Absolutely. And going back to what you were saying about being a people person, I relate completely, because when I first started, it was in group fitness and just doing pop-up boot camps in my local park downtown Brooklyn. And I think for me, social media was one thing, and it was kind of fun just to post different content, but to actually meet women face to face and have them share their stories. Sometimes it ends in a hug and some tears.
Absolutely.
I think that's real influence, when you really know that whatever you're sharing, even if it is like this idea of a selfie, that there's someone there on the other side of your screen or your phone that is being highly influenced by what you're sharing. Being positive lifestyle, right?
Exactly.
So I think absolutely. And I think my definition of being an influencer is very broad.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people ask me the same question, right? Like, you know, how do you think you influence? Do you think you're influencing in a positive way or negative? And I kind of think everyone essentially is an influencer, whether or not you're sharing your lifestyle, what you like, dislike, your thoughts, your views online, or amongst your coworkers or your family. At the end of the day, we're all influencing those around us, whether or not we believe it or not. So I think that innately we're all influencers, and what you want to share with the world is totally in your control.
Definitely.
And that's why I too am attracted to just positive energy. Duke, this one's for you. Chanel is very much celebrated on your IG, right? And I love that. In what ways does she play a role in your branding efforts?
I'm really big on respect, right? Respect. I want people. I don't necessarily need people to like me, right, or be fans of me, but I want people to respect me. I tell that all the time. Like, I just want people to, like, when they think of me and they think of Duke, they think of like a respectable person, and like they hold me to a high regard, right? And I think how she's helped my brand is, you know, she's allowed me to like use her as like a vessel, like to showcase, you know, how much I can care for a woman, right? And how I could like use, you know, put a woman on like, on such a, you know, pedestal, right? And a lot of times, ultimately, man, the highest level of respect people give you usually comes based on how you treat your woman. You know what I mean? So like,
wait, can we say that again?
That's a good one.
Nah,
I
for
love
real,
when
like,
he says that.
I think like people like no man is respected more than the one that treats his woman right. You know, and I just try to like make sure like I'm always showing people, you know, one, you know, how I value my woman, two, that I'm a respectable man, right? And I think that's super important to me. And I think that it's allowed people, more people to see me in this light because, you know, before her, people respected me, but like they respected my work ethic, right? They respected I was a good football player, that I was intelligent, and that I had substance, right? But not, you know, they didn't respect me in the regards of like, how is he in regards to like a man, man, you know, how do you treat a woman? And it's allowed me to do that. So like I get a different level, you know, of that respect now.
Yeah, I think it brings another dimension to your brand
and
as well.
It's helped like, I tell her this all the time too, people take you more serious when they see when they see that you're serious in your relationship. And they see you just messing around and you here and you there, you with all types of women, that's like a reflection of your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Right? And a lot of times, people just, you know, a lot of the people with the highest ranking jobs, the head coaches in the professional football leagues, the president, all these people, they're usually married.
Yeah.
You know, they're usually married because, you know, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with those high positions.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking about brands, can you tell us a little bit more about Law 17?
Yeah. I started Law 17 in 2017 after I got done playing in the NFL. And it really just came to me because I was always involved in fashion, always passionate about fashion. And I was always stylish. And I really wanted to have something of my own, right? I wanted to have ownership so I could have like the type of freedom I wanted to have, right? I've always, you know, been in the structure of playing football and like abiding by everyone else's rules.
Sure.
You know, so I thought fashion was the best avenue for me to do that because it was something I was interested in, something I knew about. Although I didn't know about the intricacies of like the fashion industry, as far as like pattern maker and all the like little details, I didn't know about any of that stuff. But fashion style, yeah, I knew about that. So I was confident I wanted to do that. Law 17 is a gender neutral, you know, line for men and women. It's a luxury urban upscale line. I like to describe it as minimal contemporary.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of our pieces, everything is distributed, manufactured, designed in LA.
Oh, perfect.
Shipped globally. You know what I mean? So next week actually will be our 1 year anniversary of actually launched. So it feels like forever, but it's actually been a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So which is a cool thing, you know. And you know, she helps me a lot with the brand. She's helped me. She's been there since like I was starting it.
He was making the logo.
Literally.
We were dating, and he was in New York. He bought all these little tools, and he actually bought a sewing machine, which I taught him how to thread.
Oh, really?
And, you know,
And it's crazy to like, or over 2 years ago, and be just designing, creating a brand, talking about what I want to do, and then to be here 2 years later and have it an actual brand.
So it's like a baby.
No, it's for sure, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Chanel, what does the future hold? What new projects are you working on? What are your followers looking forward to seeing? What's up?
Yes. So much in store. I moved to LA recently in April. I quit my job as an occupational therapist and decided to go full throttle into entrepreneurship.
Yep.
Big move. But what sparked that especially, and what allowed me to, you know, manage myself as an entrepreneur, is I started an online training program. And it's a service that I provide to anyone who, you know, subscribes to it. It's workouts that are available every day for the gym or the home environment. And, you know, it's pretty much like really HIIT cardio based, but it's basically like them having me as their trainer on the phone.
Perfect. All fitness levels?
All fitness levels.
Perfect.
All fitness levels. I make sure to like, you know, match everyone's needs as best as possible. But as far as like what's to come in the future, I love the group training. So I did my first LA class recently, actually in September.
You did?
Yes, I did. So that was very exciting. It was
wonderful.
It was packed and all that good stuff. So next year, 2020, I want to do a Fit Camp tour. So I want to go to like 10 major cities.
Got you.
And offer my boot camp classes. So just something on a larger scale. I also want to offer more one-on-one coaching. So with my online training program, I'm going to also add an additional, you know, online coaching program where people will actually get access to speaking to me on FaceTime, and it'll be more of a coaching system.
For sure. And when can people expect that?
Oh,
that's big.
The pressure.
We need dates.
Yes, we need dates. Me too. I'm thinking of maybe March 2020 would be a
the
solid,
end of the first quarter?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that.
Yes, and I'm not done. I got some more on my sleeve.
Perfect.
As I mentioned before, I grew up in fashion design. I actually went to the High School of Fashion Industries.
I see.
And I used to make my own clothing line. I used to make women's nightwear dresses. It was called Coco Cabana at the time.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, like actually customized.
This is something new. I didn't know
pieces.
this about you.
Yeah. So I have a sewing machine. I tailor a lot of my clothes to this day. So I'm bringing that back around full circle, and I'm going to be offering workout, an athletic apparel line basically. So
Wonderful.
it'll be a lot of different types of workout apparel for women to look fly in while they're in the gym taking their selfies.
Of course, and I think because you represent such a beautiful curvy woman too, and a lot of what's out there is not really highly represented. So I think your followers are going to really enjoy that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
Thank
that's
you so
definitely
much.
going to come, and some merch along with that too. So we got a lot to work on.
Yeah, no, it sounds like 2020 is going to be a big year.
It is.
But as it should be, right? Because I know you guys to be very progressive
Yeah.
and a huge example for those that follow you, right?
Thank
and then
you.
those that are inspired by you guys being a couple.
Yeah.
And I really applaud, honestly, like truly a man that speaks so highly of his woman and that holds it a high regard and knows that it is obviously important. Because I feel like, there's a lot of people that I know, because women that share their stories with me in relationships that aren't supported in their fitness life, that their partners, spouses, husbands, aren't for the sexier pictures and things like that. But when you have a man that celebrates you, I think that it speaks volumes to both of you.
Yes,
right?
it's so important, and I just also want to commend Duke on that, because a lot of my friends first, they would ask me, do you force Duke to post pictures of you on his page? I'm like, no, that's all in his behalf. I literally never, I'm big on telling him, be yourself. It's really a surprise to me too. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's cute. I'm the same way. It's funny, I get that question as well. Do you guys plan when you're going to post each other?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I'm like, what? You're paying way too much attention. No.
It's just like, I think when you're fully invested in someone and you're open and you're comfortable and this is your person, and you do it. Because that's just part, you show everything else, right? And you're not afraid of it. So you do it. And you only hide it if you just have something to worry about. But
For sure. Do what's natural.
Yeah.
Right? Got you. Love you guys. I truly appreciate you guys being a part of this. Thank you so much for coming down here.
Thank you.
No
Honestly.
problem.
For sure.
Gotta link up sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Right?
let's do it.
Pull us out of the house. We got babysitters
Okay,
now.
well, we'll set the
On
next
rotation.
day.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For real. Yeah.
No problem.
Awesome. So it's game time, guys. I appreciate you sticking around for a bit of game and for some fun.
Fine.
All right, we're calling this one Me, Him, Her, and the game rules are, right? I'll ask you a series of questions. You will have one card in your hand with the words me, him, and then you, me, her. Choose one side of the card that best fits your answer. You all ready?
Let's do it.
You ready?
So these are random, because there's
Come
some
on now.
cool ones here that I don't want to miss out.
All right.
All right, ready? Who shops more? Really? You're the fashion guy, right? Okay, so that's fair. You agree. You agree on that one. Who takes forever to write a caption on Instagram?
Ooh.
Oh!
He was there for days on that.
Days?
Yes.
You're too much.
I'm
You're
a
too much.
perfectionist.
Yes.
All right. Next question. Who gives the most unexpected surprises?
Oh.
Oh, really? That's really cute. All right. Y'all cute. Y'all cute. Y'all cute.
At least he knows.
Who has the most or the more chill family?
The more chill?
Ah.
You have the chill family? The Nigerian family is the chill
tripping.
family?
No,
Oh,
yeah. I
Wait,
was
the
gonna
Jamaican
say.
family is the chill family? That was a hard one.
That was a little tricky.
Just-
His family was very welcoming and open to me, and from my experience with hearing about the Nigerian culture and having Nigerian friends, I've known that when you bring a partner home, they like for you to date within the Nigerian circle. So I did not receive any give back from them. So I think that they're super chill. They when his aunt asked me if I was his wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not move on. Who is always running late?
Ooh, child.
Oh, that makes sense. It takes time.
I mean,
this
come
takes
on.
time.
Listen.
Girl, why you never ready?
Listen.
It's learning. It's teaching you patience.
Yes, that's
Teaching
what
you
it's a
patience.
lesson.
Okay, this is a good one. Who can go without social media for a month?
Ooh.
Yeah. Figured. Because I know you post really regularly.
Yes,
You super chill. You working on this line.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Who is the first to make the other laugh? That makes sense. So he keeps you laughing.
Yes, he's hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
It's pretty funny.
Next question. Who is the better dancer?
Oh.
For real? Really? So wait, are you telling me there's like a dance off in your place?
No, it's not.
No? She really surprised. Look, she's
Because
like,
I grew up dancing. You know I got skills.
I'm
all right, let me move on before there's something happens here. Who can cook better?
Oh.
Got you. Oh, she cooking.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What you throwing down?
You know, I do curry shrimp is his favorite. Curry shrimp with some
Okay.
potatoes. So that's the thing that I make. That's like his little specialty meal.
Okay.
I make a lot of different things. You know, grilled chicken, a lot of meal prep stuff. You know that we
She
eat
cheats
all the
though.
time.
She cheats though.
She cheats on the
She
on
cheats
the meal
because
prep.
like her mom is just like she's like,
Add a little spice.
man, she
She's
got all the
Jamaican.
like great like ingredients and recipes.
Oh, okay.
So
But
do
nah,
you.
she definitely cooks better though. for
That
sure.
is what's up. I need to take a note from your book because I
I'll
do
teach
not.
you, girl.
Please. Next question. Who will, under no circumstances, share their favorite food? Oh. So you're not really sharers.
Yes.
Listen,
Natural sharers.
No,
When one is ox,
I
you
don't
give.
even have to share. She just takes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Just
the
take.
thing.
But that's kind of like code. Like
She
that's.
just takes.
Yeah, that's
And
what
if you choose to do life with
she
somebody-
just takes and I just watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He lets me willingly take. That's why I chose him.
That's what.
He doesn't
Yes.
complain.
I have this thing with guys. Like I always want to taste something on his plate. He's like, "Why you want to taste it? You know what fried chicken tastes like."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Okay, fair, but I want some." You know. I got you. All right. Next
Same.
question. Who is most likely to motivate the other to get off their butts and exercise? But I feel like
Yeah.
All right, that came up in
That was the easy
conversation. That
one.
makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. The next question. Who is the first to admit when they're wrong? He's that face says it
Yes.
all. That's the face says it. Accountability.
Yes.
Come on, man.
This
I'm
is
telling
important,
You.
He is good at that.
right? Good, good,
Hey,
good.
it's been a
give
lot.
him
It's
that.
been a lot. It's been
Is
a
that,
lot
does
of-
that mean that she's never wrong, so she doesn't have to admit it?
No.
Or like he's just the first to admit, hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he's the man. He
Got
should take the L.
Oh. I want that face. That face needs to be on there.
That's like saying the man should be just more honest, huh? Like,
You should lead, honey.
16,
Lead by example.
I'm sorry. All right. Ooh, next question. Who was the one to make your relationship status official?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I hear about that? How did that happen?
So I literally remember it was Columbus Day weekend, and I was in LA visiting him. It was actually the launch of Law 17. And the day of my flight, right before we're about to head to the airport, he's like, "Come in the living room, let me speak to you." And I was like, "Oh, what's up?" And he was like, "You know, we've been doing this for some time now. This is the second time around. I think we should make it official." And I was like, he's like, "You don't have to answer right now." And he buttered it up with all
He
the
said that
butter
you don't have to
reasons.
answer right now.
Yeah,
There's no
He
pressure.
just laid the proposal
no
down.
pressure, like, cause you know, like, it could be a lot. So
Yeah.
take your time, sit on it. Right, I don't need to answer right now. So I told her. She's like, okay.
Yeah, and this time we were long distance because I was living in
And
New
10
York.
minutes later,
That's
10 minutes
right.
later, she's like, all right.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So who is the first to initiate?
Initiate what?
Well, that's girl. Wink, wink.
Oh.
Don't ask if too racy. Ding, ding, ding. Yay! That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You got no time to wait.
I have no time. Like, let's go. Let's get to it.
I love it. Perfect.
Tired.
Yes.
I'm
Oh
like,
my
I'm
gosh.
just like,
I hear this story
Let's
all the
go.
time. We all tired.
yes.
All right, I love it. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Yes,
For real. Thank
no,
you. Thank
great.
you.
That was a